Hey girls, so I just saw Caitlin and Breathe, and seeing her reminded me that I haven't done this video for you yet, so I apologize for this being a long time after she asked me. So, I wouldn't suggest doing that in college, procrastinating and putting things off until they're overdue. Bad advice. I mean, good advice. Yeah, anyway. So the question she asked me the first one was, what prepared you most for being out of school? So I think the first thing that was most helpful was learning to do spiritual disciplines really well while balancing my college classes. This is one thing I think I wish I would have done better also, but when you learn how to spend time with God and do those spiritual disciplines when you're already busy with college classes, it really helps when you are done with college and you don't have maybe as strong as community around you or as many resources around you, and maybe you feel a lot busier than you did in college. You've already have those things ingrained in your rhythm of your day, and you already know how to do those things. And so if you do that well in college, it'll carry through into when you have a real job out of college, or whatever you're doing after college. That will help you tremendously because you've already figured out how to do that. The second thing she asked me was, what's one thing I wish I would have done sooner when I was in college? I think my answer for this one would be to reach out to a mentor. And if you're in Caitlin's D group, you already have this, which is awesome. Challenge has done a great job of giving BLT members a mentor from the get-go. But when I first joined Christian Challenge, that wasn't part of their system yet. And when I came to college, I came as a junior, so I transferred in. So that was one thing that was different. And my sister was here, and so people assumed that I was getting poured into by her and that I had friendships and relationships because I knew her. So I didn't seek out a mentor until later on, and actually Karen mentored me for a while once I joined BLT. But I wish that I would have been mentored from the start, because that would have helped me get those spiritual disciplines and ground in me, and it would have given me a place to really learn how to dive into scripture and figure out how to do those things on my own, because I think I struggled with that a lot even as a senior in college. And so as I stepped out of that, I wasn't quite ready for the next thing. So, and the third question she asked was, what did I discover about myself in college? So this is kind of going back to the same thing I just talked about, but that it's not just about having people that you're around, but it's about diving into a community and living life with them, not just around them. So I think I wish I would have done a better job of spending time doing things related to God with people. I would go to Christian Challenge and I would go to my life group when I was in college, but I had a harder time living life with people, with God alongside us. I would live life and then live with God, and then live life with people and live with God, instead of living them simultaneously. So that's one thing I learned about myself in college, that I just jump to doing whatever everyone else is doing. I become like whatever place I'm at, instead of bringing everything together and letting God be a part of every part of my life, not just when I am having a quiet time or when I'm at life group or when I'm at challenge. Lastly, she said, what's some advice or a challenge that I have for you? I think while you're in college, it's really important to take initiative in growing your faith. I think all the answers to my questions kind of relate to this. But if you don't reach out and be involved in your D group, if you're not trying to seek out and ask good questions, if you're not spending time with God and the Word and developing those strong discipleship, strong spiritual disciplines, there we go, then you're not going to grow to your full potential. One acronym that I've heard used a lot is the FAT acronym. So faithful, available, and teachable. So if you're not being faithful to whoever's leading you, if you're not being available for someone to lead you or to someone to pour into you, and if you're not being teachable, then you're not going to grow to your full potential. So do those things. Be intentional about seeking out people to help you grow in your faith. When you see people doing great things, ask them to teach you about it, and be a disciple of many. So those are my few answers. Sorry that was kind of a long video, but I hope this is helpful, and please reach out if you have any questions. And again, I apologize for this being like a month late.